My name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit, and I apologize for the lighting. It is 9 p.m. the night before the video is supposed to go up, so unfortunately it is what it is, but we're gonna deal with it because we are here with a Pan That Face palette update, and I'm excited to show you guys where I'm sitting at. Now, before I get into the progress, if you have been watching this journey, you know that I have been making some small progress throughout my face palette collection this year. I've just been wanting to kind of sit and play with what I have and then hopefully choose the face palette that I want to ultimately finish to completion next year. Now, last month I rolled in 2 blushes from Stila. These 2 blushes came from a face and eye palette. It was the 2 plus about 5 or 6 eyeshadows. And I ultimately got rid of the eyeshadow palette portion of it, and I decided to depot the 2 blushes and throw them into here because there was just something about them that I could not actually let them go. So I had some usage on both of the blushes at the last update when I rolled them in, and I am really happy to show you guys where I'm currently sitting at. I have been reaching into this pretty much basically every single day. We are going to start off with this shade right here, which between the two is the lighter babier pink shade. And last month I said that I was really hoping I could use this as a pressed version of a pink setting powder for my under eyes. I have a loose one and I was hoping that I could use this as a pressed version. I went to reach for it the very first time with a powder puff and I actually hit pan, which completely surprised me. But unfortunately, it didn't quite work the way I was hoping. My eyes were still super watery, so unfortunately, it wore away a lot of the powder, and you could kind of see like that line, that mark between where there was absolutely no makeup anymore and where the powder still was, even though I tried to fix it a few times, it just wasn't really working. I also wasn't sure if the shade was quite what I was looking for. In pan, it looks like it would work no problem, but on me, on my skin tone, over my foundation, it just didn't seem to quite fit the way that I was hoping. So I kind of left this off to the side a little bit, but then over the last couple of days, I started to try reaching for this with a brush instead of the powder puff. Now, I definitely don't have enough product on the brush to really see if it's going to make a difference or not. I did try it a couple of times, but I want to try and load up the brush a little bit more to see if I'll be able to kind of get the effect, the look that I'm going for, even see a little bit of brightness under my under eye, opposed to using a powder or the powder puff. But I will definitely try that again a little bit, Maybe it's May, so maybe into June, July, if these powders are still around, because I want to completely finish them off. And maybe at that point into these more summer seasons when I'm a little bit darker, maybe the shade will look a little bit better on me. Now, this shade right here, I am surprised as to how much pan I have in here, but not at the same time, only because I've been reaching for this shade every single day over the last couple of weeks. Now, compared to the lighter pink one, it's got more of a peach tone to it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I pared this down, and there has been a couple of times where I have blended it out with this shade as well. So I feel like that's how I got a decent amount of pan in this shade, not just by trying to use it as an under eye setting powder. But this blush here, I've just been going in on and I've absolutely loved it to the point where there's even another pan showing right here. And this morning while I was using it, I honestly thought that the 2 pans were going to connect. I was kind of surprised that they didn't. I was kind of hoping that they weren't going to, so I'm happy with that. But I know either tomorrow or the next day, those 2 pans are going to be connected, and this shade is not going to last me very much longer. But of course, this is not going to be rolled out until both of these blushes are completely finished. So I'm going to give myself at least a couple more months, I'm thinking, with this palette, which is totally fine with me. I'm really enjoying using both of these right now. And again, I want to try reaching for this one again as an under eye setting powder to see if I can make it work. And if this is in for a couple more months, that'll give me the proper time of the year, I think, to actually make this work for me just a little bit better. So we're not rolling anything in. This is sticking around for a little while longer, but I'm totally fine with that. If you think I can finish off this blush by the next update, let me know what you think. I think I probably can, and I might even end up repressing this by the next update as well, or shortly after that one. Now, I'm iffy about repressing it with alcohol rubbing alcohol because I know that it does kind of change the formula a bit, but I don't know how to properly dry press. So if you have any tips, let me know down below because I would like to try that, but it also kind of scares me because I feel like it's going to just crumble that much more without like that alcohol to kind of bind it together. So let me know your tips if that's what you do. Otherwise, I will more than likely just be repressing it with the rubbing alcohol, but that's where we're at, and I'm really excited with the progress that I have been able to show you guys that I have been making. Like I said, I've been dipping into that on almost a constant basis, so I am so happy that I'm finally getting some really good use on both of those blushes because they have been around in my collection for such a long time. That was probably one of the first like eye and face palettes that I bought. I absolutely used to love that thing. So I'm happy that it's getting the love that it actually finally deserves after all of this time. So that is it for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned if you're curious to see what it's going to look like next month. And if you think I'm going to finish off that one blush. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye.